Welcome back.
It's
been a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah, it has been a little while.
Yeah. Wow. So this is episode 6?
7.
Sorry.
What just happened?
I just happened to get too close to it.
You were attacked by glass.
Okay, episode
right.
6?
I feel like everything feels like more.
Okay, it's either episode 4, 5, 6, or 7.
All that covers it.
So just cut out whichever one it is.
It's definitely 6
and
or
we'll
7.
be like, it's episode 4.
I feel like 7 feels right.
Well,
all right,
welcome back.
Welcome back. It's us, Town Square.
After hours.
Just in case you weren't certain,
now
you
it's
know.
official.
I'm Caleb.
I'm Beth.
And I'm Zach.
I feel like there's something we're missing, like some important. Like there's something, I don't know what it is, but I just feel like there's. Maybe it's just maybe this is just a terrible podcast, is what it is.
What are you talking about?
Like it's just
like we're missing something?
Yeah, like
what?
intro music or something, you know?
Oh.
Like
We've never had intro.
no, I know, but I'm just like something feels not quite there yet. But maybe that's a goal for ourselves in the future. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes we have a guest.
Yeah.
Is that what's missing?
Is that what's missing?
No, I just meant like for the opening.
Beth, call your mom.
Come back, Mom.
I mean,
Turn
you
around.
could, yeah, you could, get Everly.
My 8-month-old niece.
Mm-hmm.
No, but I just no.
She would not have anything interesting to say.
I would disagree.
She's a baby.
So
Well, this is the part of Town Square where people get together and talk about stuff that's completely unrelated to coffee or Town Square.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's correct.
that's our gimmick.
Yeah.
It'd be like if McDonald's had a podcast, but
It was like about lamps or furniture.
yeah, we're just talking about
Farming.
economics,
Yeah, exactly.
or I don't know, but
Yeah.
well, yeah, this is weird because it's been like Beth said,
been a
it's been a
while.
couple weeks.
Yeah.
Beth and I moved into a house. I'm pretty sure that's happened in between this and our last recording.
Moved in.
Zach, you were gone on a vacation for a decent amount of
Yeah,
time.
a couple weeks to Chicago and
Yeah.
Michigan, and I'm back, and school has started. So there's that.
How do you feel about that?
I'm very tired all the time.
You're
All the
already very tired.
Yeah, I'm very tired.
He's already
How many days of
praying
school
for
have
the
you
next
even
break.
done?
4.
Jesus Christ, man. Maybe you need to sleep more.
4 days.
Okay, is sleep.
Yeah, 4 days. 4 singular days of school. And he's like, that's it. I'm tired.
That's
No
about
mas.
how long it took me to drop out, so I get it.
No quiero más.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but it's gonna be pretty cool. I'm looking forward to. I've got a class that starts in the middle of the semester. Ballet.
Ballet.
Ballet. Oh.
Yeah.
Nice. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I feel like
Where are you even taking that?
Here, Northwestern.
Where, like, in the theater building?
No,
Or, like,
they have a dance room.
is this a newer
Is that
program
new?
for them?
I don't think so.
That's
Because
cool.
they've got ballet and jazz dance.
I like that. I feel I kind of if there's one. This is I don't know.
Is that like swing dance or jazz dance?
Mm-hmm.
It's similar. I think jazz dance. Yeah, it's similar.
Anyway, sorry, what were you saying?
I wish that I had been involved in like dance. I mean, I could still do it now.
Yeah.
So maybe I shouldn't be like bemoaning the past or something, but like that's something I wish I had had the opportunity to do growing up was like dance classes and stuff. I like it. I can't dance for shit, and I'm like super self-conscious about it, and I don't do it much at all, but I wish that I had been encouraged to as a kid because dancing's awesome.
It's very freeing.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Like ballet would be really. I would love to have had a chance to do ballet, and now I just feel like I can't. And I feel like I've missed that opportunity. But I don't know.
Maybe that's the wrong outlook.
Yeah,
But I think it makes sense because some of those things, like as a kid, they're easier to pick up.
Yeah.
Like for sure. I mean, it's just like language or anything.
Now I don't even know how to get into it.
It's easier to pick up when you're a kid, but now as an adult, you're like, man, like how do I even start that thing?
As a kid, everything is the first time you're trying something.
Oh yeah, and it's also the first time that the people you're working with have tried that too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because now if you did it, like there'd always be people that like have been doing it for 20 years.
Right.
Like that's how I feel about like horseback riding. Is that there's always someone who's like, I've been literally riding horses since I was like 3 years old.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I'm 25 and I've had a total of like maybe 5 years of lessons ever. It combined over 10 years. So like it's a hard thing to get into. I mean, any of those things are harder to get into once you're older.
It is kind of frustrating to get into anything when you're older because there's always going to be someone who's been doing it their entire life, and you'll never be able to like get past that.
Yeah.
Like Ip Man.
I don't know.
He's
probably
been doing that his whole life.
I think he started at 16.
Oh, okay.
He trained. That's not his whole life.
He trained Bruce Lee.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That makes a lot more sense how he's... that's interesting.
And that's Ip Man?
Yeah.
That's his name.
I would always see that like title and I'd be like, I don't know how to say that. I feel like it's got to be more complicated than just Ip.
I just assumed it was Ip.
I assumed I was wrong.
How else would you say it?
I don't want to try.
Ip, Ip.
Ip, Ip.
I think that's what kobolds in D&D say, yip, yip. Or is it... Yeah,
that's Appa, and
I mean, some people pronounce
that's
it that
what
way.
Aang says to Appa in Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh yeah.
Yip yip.
Some people pronounce it that way. Sure.
Yeah.
Well, why? And I've told this to Beth before, and she was like disagreeing with me. So I don't know how this is going to go over now. But a Y, the letter Y, is in a lot of ways just like two I's together. E. Like, that's kind of what the letter... Kind of like how W is literally like two U's, two V's.
What's your point?
Yeah.
So a Y is a letter that is like closely related to the letter I.
Right.
So ip, yip, like a Y can be used to replace an I in certain words and things.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So a Y is kind of like two I's.
Yeah, that's because the English language doesn't make any fucking sense.
Well, yeah. And language is weird.
English is weird.
Language is pretty weird, too,
I did not.
in general.
Do you know that
I did not excel at grammar.
Do you know that there are words in the English language that purposely mean opposite things? Like, you know how words can have different meanings, like definitions?
Yeah.
There are words that have, like, two definitions, and those definitions are the opposite of each other.
Yeah. Name one.
What are you talking about? Yeah.
He's going to look it up.
Peruse. I know that's one.
Peruse? And what... Okay, so explain using that word.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Well, peruse can mean either looking over something kind of flippantly,
Yeah.
or it can mean looking over something very intently.
I see.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what... So
because English is really fucked up, stupid language.
State what you said originally, please. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I'm trying to follow you here.
Okay, so there are words like peruse that have multiple meanings, and those meanings, some of the meanings are diametrically opposed. Opposed.
Interesting.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice rhyme there at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting because, like, peruse, like, if you take those two definitions that are, kind of opposites, you can still find, like, sort of a central point, which is, like, looking something over, right?
Yeah.
So, like, why, but, like, I can't pretend to understand why there's one that's like, oh, do so casually, and then one that's like, do so with very intent focus, but, like, it's not like I don't know. I had a different thought in my head when you were saying words with opposite definitions. I thought you were going to say something like, did you know that sky means beneath the earth or something? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I see what you're saying, yeah. That's the weird thing about language, though, going back to that. It's just, like, language is weird. Like, trying to assign meaning to words is fucking tough.
And who the hell put an S on the end of Arkansas? Arkansas.
Yeah, that's a fair question.
It's our Kansas.
Yeah.
Our Kansas. I bet that's what it is. You don't know anything about Arkansas.
Well, I know that R and our aren't the same, but yeah, okay.
But think of old-timey people. Just think of them and how fucking dumb and weird they are. And how we're.
Well, now we have to figure out what Arkansas means. Like, I feel like it's like Kansas, but what is AR? Is that? No, wait, never mind.
Isn't that an helmet?
That's what I was thinking, but I think I'm thinking of AU, which might be gold. Is AU gold?
Yeah.
But there's probably AR. That's probably an element, and it's probably found in Kansas, which.
Wait, no, wouldn't it be found in Arkansas?
Which is Kansas. Wait.
No, it's not Kansas. This is off to a great start.
This is. I love it. I hope you're listening intently.
Why we pronounce Kansas and Arkansas differently. It's because of the fucking French.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of what I figured.
Did you know that?
Well, yeah. Well,
did you just already know? No.
We're realizing now that it's not. And Kansas is how it's actually pronounced, not Kansas, which is how I always thought it was pronounced.
Okay, but you're actually right. Technically, Kansas and Arkansas, I almost said Arkansas, stem from the same basic root.
Thank you.
The native root for the Kansa tribe. Often thought to mean people of the South.
I kind of thought it meant like it was a Native American.
Kansas is named for the Kansas River, which is named for the Kansa tribe. It's the English spelling, though. So naturally, we pronounce the final S, Kansas. The French, however, do not. So a Native American blah 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 blah.
But then you still wouldn't have the W. It would just be Arkansas.
Well, yeah, it was originally.
Yeah.
So it says various French documents and books spell the state's name various ways, but it is absolutely certain that the name as pronounced by the Indians was the same as it pronounced in our language, Arkansas, like saw as in SAW, like a saw.
Huh.
So the S on the end is simply a French addition and a silent one.
See,
the French really like weird ass letters.
I thought it was a French thing after you started talking about it because, the silent S. Oh, he was talking about those earlier.
Pink bananas.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
I love it.
Do they taste better?
I have no idea.
Oh. There's different.
Where are they from?
The Himalayas and
Australia, Himalayas.
So, that's a weird place to have the same plant come from. Australia and the Himalayas.
Well, it says in greenhouses.
Oh, okay.
Also. But yeah, so that's why. Kansas, English, very American. Kansas. It's a Kansas.
I mean, but
Arkansas.
Okay.
Very,
welcome to Arkansas.
Arkansas. Right, like that.
Oui.
It's almost like Arkansas has almost got that, Cajun, influence of, French mixed with either Native Americans or, African Americans or Cuban people or anything like that. It's all mixed up, and then you get, weird-ass words like Arkansas, and it's not spelled like that at all, but everyone just knows.
That's the fucking weird thing about language. I was reading about another word recently that's, not even that old. I can't remember the word, unfortunately, so that's kind of shitty. But it's not that old of a word, but, no one is clear on, the origin exactly. It might be a Jewish thing, or it might be an African-American, a black thing. Nobody's entirely sure. Fuck, I wish I could remember what that was, because it was... I'll try and think of it.
Well, it's Jamaican accents, if you've ever heard a Jamaican accent. It's Irish, French, English, like African. Like it's like all these like mixes of like dialects, and if you look it up, it's because it has influences of all those places. Like obviously African Americans, but like which country? I don't know. Sorry, everybody, I don't know because I'm not Jamaican or know anything about Jamaica. But then it's got like that very French like words and like very almost like Irish with like that like Cockney like endings of like words where you're like, what are you saying? What is that word you just said? It doesn't make it. I didn't even hear it. Like what? It's really interesting. Languages are pretty crazy and are really interesting, but definitely like not my forte. I always got terrible grades in grammar because I did not give a fuck. Everybody knows what I'm saying, okay? I don't need commas. Yeah, that's right, Kara. And now I'm like, oh yeah, commas are really important.
I love grammar.
Caleb was great at grammar, so I guess it's just kind of rubbed off on me. He'd send me these texts with like really good grammar. I'd be like, oh my god, I'm like a hillbilly compared to you. What am I trying to say to you?
I love you. I'm glad that we're making progress
with my grammar. Is it GIF or GIF, everybody?
It's GIF.
It's got to be GIF for me, honestly.
I don't know what I say.
I don't feel comfortable with it being GIF. I don't.
GIF is a peanut butter.
Yeah.
What?
Kara thinks it's GIF.
I like GIF better, but that's just a personal opinion.
Well, is it okay? So there's a JPEG. It's spelled with a G though. GIF.
GIF is spelled with a G.
Yeah, it's spelled GIF.
Yeah.
I think I say both.
What does it stand for?
Because I don't know.
We're looking at it up.
It's graphic image.
Something format, I assume. Is that right?
No, I just made that up. But if I get 2 out of the 3,
it is a form. Yeah, the graphics interchange format.
Ooh, I got one.
So the word graphics is a hard G word. So based on that logic, to me, GIF should be GIF. Graphics. But I don't know.
I say both. I think I flip-flop back and forth because I don't know. So I'm like, I'll just say both.
Why would you say both, though? Why would it ever? When would you ever go? Oh, I think I'll say GIF.
I totally go back and I go back and forth.
See, I feel like it depends on like what crowd you're running with, because then you got to be careful.
You get really upset about it.
Oh, that's great. I say
you can say both of them.
Both of them.
Both of them.
Yeah,
both
you guys
isn't a
are
word.
horrible. We'll take care of up here, Kara.
No, I just realized that there's some blood on the floor.
Let me just mop this lamp. But it's called the graphics interchange format. So how does it become GIF? And if it does become GIF, fine. But
because
then you may as well admit that there's no.
He said GIF?
Yeah.
What a douchebag!
Oh my god!
What a douche!
That was intense.
Jeez.
No, I'm just putting my foot down. It's GIF. Fuck you, man. That's bullshit.
I have no idea.
Apparently a douchebag.
How is it GIF? That's fucking crazy. I'm sorry, but that's fucking crazy.
Maybe it was Steve Jobs, and he was like, GIFs.
No.
I just made that up.
Because then his name would be Steve Gobbs. I'm not okay with it.
Steve Gobbs.
I'm not okay with it at all.
Bye, Kara.
Oh. We drove her away.
So we don't exactly have anything prepared for tonight necessarily.
You?
I mean, obviously.
The only thing I got is a new comic I've been reading.
What is it?
Deadly Class.
What's it about?
What is this?
It's about a homeless kid who's orphaned and, of course, and is taken in. Of course, he's orphaned. Yeah, taken into this secretive school where he is trained to become an assassin.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Or really scary.
Yeah.
Depending on how you look at it, I guess.
Both.
Huh.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Deadly Class. It's going to be turned into a TV series.
Oh, cool.
directed by the Russo brothers.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
that's cool.
And the main one of the main characters, the headmaster of the school, is being played by Benedict Wong, who is Wong in Doctor Strange.
Oh, yeah. Oh man, he's awesome.
Yeah,
he's such a good.
Also, I love that the character Wong is being played by a guy whose last name is Wong.
Yeah, that's pretty beautiful.
Yeah,
that is just some poetry.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's pretty good, yeah.
That's interesting.
It is.
I read a book. Well, there was a series of books. And it was about, spy school, basically.
Oh, was it like a kid's book?
Yeah, preteen.
Yeah.
That was cool.
I used to read those.
Yeah, that was badass.
I can't remember what the name was, though.
I think there was another book I read, too, that was about, an evil genius, and he gets into basically, evil villain school.
That's great.
And I was like, that shit's awesome.
I used to read this book called Nerds. It was basically these middle school nerds get taken into this espionage program called Nerds.
Oh my god, that's awesome. Oh man, I'm just remembering these awesome books I read that I think you would be like, that's badass, but I am blanking on the name of them. Oh man, they were so cool.
Yeah. So what's cool about the Deadly Class is the school is made up of not people that they take off the streets because of their potential, but also different criminal organizations around the world send their kids to that school to be trained to be assassins. So you've got people from the what's the Japanese mafia called?
Yakuza?
Yeah, Yakuza. So you've got the Yakuza kids who are just all band together. It's they're instead of regular high school cliques, it's crime families.
Thank you.
So you got the Yakuza, you got drug running families from South America. You've got just everyone from everywhere.
Yeah, that's so cool.
It's awesome. One of the main characters, whenever she goes out onto the field, she wears this black dress and Day of the Dead makeup. And
that's terrifying.
Her main weapons are these fans that have blades on the end, so she can slice through people with her just paper fans. It's awesome.
It's like Tamari from Naruto.
I've never seen Naruto.
I'm kind of surprised.
I'm gesturing at Zach. What the fuck?
I'm a little surprised.
I just assumed that you were one of those really nerdy kids in school that watched the shit ton of Naruto and then run
nerdy? Me?
Yeah, I know. With your arms behind your back.
But to be fair, that does work.
It does work.
It works when it works to animate more easily than trying to draw arms moving.
Is that why?
I think that's why. Yeah. It will not animate, I suppose, but draw. It's easier to not ever have to worry about the arms.
I feel like you have to save some amount of energy because you're not, moving your arms.
But doesn't propelling your arms forward actually assist in?
I don't know, but that still has to take up energy, right?
Yeah, fair point. I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the arms thing is literally...
It works.
We'll go with that.
It works.
I like that. No, I love Naruto, but I'm a little surprised you haven't seen it, but you've seen other anime, so you're fine. I accept you.
Good.
You're fine. Did you hear
that?
Is it you just happen to have never seen Naruto?
Yeah, I've seen plenty of other anime.
Yeah,
but I don't know. There are certain shows that just have fan bases that make me want to stay away from the show.
That's
kind of what happened.
Dangerous side of toxic fan bases and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, did you ever read these books? They were fucking badass.
Was it Alex Chase?
No, they're by Jeff Stone, and the series is called. Is that funny?
Does that not sound like a spy name?
No, but he wrote this series called the Five Ancestors series, and it was about these are the covers of them.
Oh, I did read some of those.
I I thought they were.
Oh, sorry. Am I not involved in this?
Sorry.
Kind of familiar.
I had several of them.
That's making me think of Animorphs. Oh shit, dude! I feel like I'm not letting you have enough space. Do you guys is Animorphs? You remember that?
I never read them.
Those covers look like that.
Apparently they were super fun.
They're way more like heavy than you like recall as a kid, basically.
Yeah. This is about 5 young Chinese warrior monks who are the only survivors of their like home, which is like this temple, and each of them have a really specific style of like
monkey style.
So, like monkey or tiger. There's snake, crane.
Yep.
They go
Mantis.
into like eagle. Another one I don't think I ever read was like mouse. So each of them has like very similar like personality or like attributes of that animal, and then it's like each book is like a different perspective of the same events happening, and then as they all get split up, and then throughout the series they end up finding one another and trying to like save like their home or like get back together and like like revitalize. I don't remember everything, but it's like this really cool story, and I thought it was fucking awesome and like super badass because it's like there's like a really like cool detail about their fighting style and everything, and I just thought the covers were so cool. But it made me think of, he was talking about the comic book that he was reading about like a assassin school or whatever. It was like a warrior monks like temple, like similar thing, and they would like recruit different like orphans basically, and that's kind of what he was talking about. So yeah, man, I want to go like get those books again. I had some of them. I think I got rid of them.
Oh, because I've never seen them.
Yeah, I don't think I have them anymore. But I rented some of them from the library, and then I think I bought them because they were such cool. They were like hardcovers, and they were really cool looking. But I should go get them from the library and reread them because they were just so fun. But yeah, books about like orphans becoming like evil villains or spies or assassins are always just something like really interesting about reading those as a kid.
Or just orphans becoming anyone.
Right.
Harry Potter is sort of an orphan.
Yeah.
I mean, he is an orphan.
Yeah, he is. There's a version of Catwoman where she's like younger and she's an orphan, and then she becomes Catwoman in this like stereotypical way, but she's much younger. Like she's like an orphan, and she gets like.
I like that.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was kind of a alternative way that she becomes her. But
orphans are a pretty common trope for becoming important. Exactly.
Let me get this straight. A book series about 5 Chinese warrior monks. Yeah. It's written by a guy named Jeff.
Jeff Stone. Right? My name's Jeff. I know lots about martial arts.
It could be a pen name.
It's definitely a pen name.
I think if I remember right, he like collaborated with like actual people. Like he would have to. Sure. So otherwise there's no way, unless he was like some genius martial artist that nobody knows about or something. Like I think in the back of the book they would talk about that. They were cool fucking books.
Jeff's also not a very threatening name. No.
Running?
No, threatening.
Oh, threatening.
Like, oh no, here comes Jeff.
Yeah. It's that soft F. It's really hard.
The stone kind of balances it out, though.
Stone. I'm gonna change my last name to Stone. Bethany Stone.
Just add on a D to the end there. Bethany Stone.
It's hard with the 2 E's. Bethany Stone with like 2 like soft letters. I need some. Not that like Mao. Mao is like the softest fucking last name you can get.
That's how you pronounce it?
Yeah, do you know how to pronounce my last name?
Wow.
Oh my god.
He always makes like a cat sound.
Are you serious?
He's like, Beth.
Are you serious?
No.
I was like really offended because people
Mo.
in school would like make fun of me.
Beth
and
Mo.
Say
that's
that.
terrible. That's a terrible last name.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty fucking terrible.
For a last name, it's not.
Well, see, like, but Mao's
not a great.
Mao makes me feel like you're named after a dictator.
Mao?
Yeah.
Totally.
German Mao.
It's spelled differently. Wow. It's super Dutch.
And Chinese, apparently.
Apparently. Yeah, one time my sister like went in somewhere and they like someone asked her for like a login at like the library or whatever, and she had to like type in her name or something, and she was like, "Yeah, my name's Bethany Mount," and the people like looked at her like it was like in a city, so I think they're expecting like a Chinese person, like with Mao, and not knowing how it's spelled with like obviously not 3 letters or something or 2, like I don't know. It's definitely odd, but yeah, definitely very, very Dutch. Super Dutch. Are you Dutch, Zach?
Not at all.
Nice.
What are you?
German, Irish, Scottish. E.
What? What was the last thing you said?
Was it E?
E.
I see. Is it in the E? Yeah.
Oh, great.
Because,
Got a down me a whiskey. What?
Nothing.
Don't look at me like that, huh?
I don't have anything to say.
What's your problem?
Nothing.
I'm always down for a pint.
That's not bad.
Are you
That's not a bad
alternative Scottish Zach?
I've been in
Alternate universe Zach?
sometimes. So whenever I'm meeting people, I have to decide if I'm going to come off as normal or if this is going to be the time where I try to convince them I'm Scottish.
That's something you have to like.
I think
it's a dilemma you deal with.
I consciously think about that every time I meet someone new.
I have a friend who has told me that when he like goes out to bars and stuff and gets drunk, he'll like try and pretend he's Australian.
How could I, mate? I don't know.
Who's that?
I mean, I feel weird saying it on the podcast.
Whisper it.
That doesn't work.
Whisper it.
Can you do first name?
What's it to start with? Just kidding. This
His
is a terrible podcast.
His first name
Wait.
is Jesse.
I don't think I know any Jessies. Oh wait,
I know
no.
a lot of Jessies.
The one Jesse I do know is actually Australian.
Weird.
It's him. He's convinced someone finally.
Oh my
God.
He tricked me into thinking he's not Australian.
That was the bit. He was like,
That's
I'm actually
son
Australian.
of a bitch.
I tell people I'm American, and then I tell them that I try and be Australian, but he's just not.
Jesse. No, but yeah, he like when he's drunk, he'll start slurring his words and like talking in this kind of pseudo Australian accent.
That's fucking hilarious.
And then he's like, "Oh, when I go to bars, I try and convince people I'm Australian." But he's like, his claim is that he just accidentally like happens to slip into something that sounds Australian.
Oh.
Like his story is that when he gets drunk, his words begin to slur, and he starts to sound Australian. That's his claim. But I mean, like, I'm pretty sure he's just. I don't know. It seems like he's just putting on an accent.
Yeah.
See, like, something that happens with me that I've heard from a lot of people is that when they meet someone with a different accent, like they can, like, without trying to, they kind of, modify their tone of voice to kind of match the other person.
I think that totally happens.
And so, because I grew up in like an international community with people from everywhere,
right?
I got pretty good at accents and voices.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. It's fucking interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Just that there's some sort of almost inherent like tendency to start to like sort of match.
Yeah. I wonder what that is.
I don't know.
I think it's just like I mean, I can't put it in any scientific terms, but like it's almost this sort of like here's an like meeting you halfway kind of thing.
Yeah.
Almost some sort of social like I want to like bridge this gap with you. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like, you know how people will like talking to kids, a lot of people will fall into like certain like traps of like, oh, how are you? Oh, like stuff like that, and like, or dogs, whatever. And like, I think that's kind of a similar thing where it's like people are trying to Because, and this is funny, because it goes back to language in a way. Like, language is a weird, like, kind of abstract thing. So people kind of, like, have to, like, language is almost a negotiation in a way. It's like an agreement that, like, I agree to use your, like, terms, you know what I mean? Yeah. I agree to subscribe to your language in order to, like, communicate with you.
Yeah.
And I think that goes deeper into, like, everything from, like, accents to different dialects to different languages to, how you talk to a baby, how you talk to anyone, like, how you talk to, like, if you are talking to a person that you perceive as, like, highly intelligent, let's say, like, if you're looking at a person and they're dressed up in a nice suit and they're wearing glasses, and for whatever reasons you perceive that, like, oh, this must be a high-class, intelligent person, I dare say that you'll very likely begin to change your language a bit.
Yeah.
You know, assuming that you care about communicating with this person.
Right.
I wonder if you might start to look... Because if I was talking to, like a bunch... Like, people dressed in, like, white tank tops... like greasy tank tops and like cornrows and like trailer trashy looking people, like white, fat, obese, drunk people. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I would use different language.
Yeah.
You know? I know that's rude, but like I would understand that, like, I need to, like, find a meeting place with this person. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
It's just a way of communicating.
Yeah. It's why, like, because I have a pretty extensive vocabulary, but I'm not ever opposed to, like, using, slang and, like, simplified terms. I'll say y'all, like, I'll say ain't. You know, like I'll say,
I don't
like
say
I'm
either of those things.
I will. I'm perfectly willing to say those things.
Do you ever say yain't?
I've probably said yain't. Yeah,
y'all ain't.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not a word.
It is,
but that's the thing.
It is now.
I don't ever say y'all or ain't.
I'm absolutely on board with saying them if the need arises. Yeah.
I'm sure. I know I have said y'all, but not, like, intentionally.
Yeah, I'll totally, like, I enjoy using, like, all kinds of different words, so I sort of challenge myself in a way to keep my vocabulary fresh and diverse, but, like, I am absolutely willing to, I'll say totally all the time.
It's true that there will always be, like, a study that'll float around that's like, people who swear more are more intelligent. Do you think that's true?
What part of it being true?
All of it?
I don't know what you're asking.
Do you think it's true that people who swear more are more intelligent?
I thought most studies went the other way.
I've only ever
people that don't swear are more intelligent?
No, I've only heard...
I've never heard either of these.
Oh.
Also, at first I thought you were asking, like, do you think it will always be true that there will be a study going around that will claim...
Well, probably. One way or the other, there will always be a study.
Okay, but you're asking, do I think that is true?
People who swear more are more intelligent.
I'm going to... This is a complicated answer. No, because how do you begin to measure intelligence is my response. And then part B of this is, like, I do believe that people that curse more often, like, I believe you can sort of glean certain things about their personality from that, depending on when they swear and how and the tone. And what are you thinking, Zach? I think you want to say something.
I'm thinking that the smartest people are probably in between the people who never, ever, ever swear and the people who swear all the time.
The smartest people are somewhere between that?
Yeah, I agree.
Because
I doubt it.
Because they would...
I think it doesn't matter.
Well, yeah.
I think there's probably no way to actually gauge it. Because
that's what I'm saying.
Like, if you were in in a really scary situation, or if, like, something surprising happened to you, You're like, oh my God, Jesus Christ! Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, you'd probably like say something that maybe you normally wouldn't on a day-to-day basis because it's like, startling. So, like, where do you gauge it? Like, is it just like a normal thing in your life, or is it when you're surprised?
I was thinking more like of using them as insults rather than.
Exactly. See, that's my point. A point I was thinking about was like, where do you draw the line of what is a curse word?
Right.
Like, where do you draw the line?
Some people think, like, gosh is a curse word.
Well, because it is. Because
golly.
that's because those words stem from other curse words. Heck. So where do you draw the line? Like, what? That's the point, is what is a curse word?
Or, like, penis.
Because
oh my God, don't say
whoa.
Don't say that. Like...
See, some people would be offended at hearing you say penis, but that is like a medical, technical term.
Right.
So where do you draw the line?
Right.
What is a curse word?
Right.
And that's it's very complicated. So are more intelligent people more likely to swear? Absolutely not, because what is an intelligent person and what is a swear word? Right. And why are you asking me this? Get out of my face, you fucking weirdo.
Also, who decided that Richard would be shortened to Dick? Who the hell decided that?
Somebody that just understood.
Isn't like Robert also shortened to Dick?
No, Robert's shortened to Bob.
That doesn't make any sense.
Well, at least it has two of the letters in Bob.
Yeah.
Richard has an I and a C.
But Robert should just be Rob, because that's a name.
But okay, that's a half versus 2/3.
Yeah.
They're both 2/3.
No.
Yeah. 3/4, 2/3.
I do not know how Richard became Dick exactly, but you've got Richard, you've got Rich, you've got Rick. I do not know how it became a D. I don't know how the D got in there.
Maybe Richard went to Rick.
Yeah. How did the R?
Make any sense.
When did the R become a D? But also for Robert, how did it become Bob?
Right.
I think that was a mistake.
I think so too.
Because an R looks like part of a B.
You can call me Rob, and they're like, Bob, hey Bob, and then he was like, I guess my name.
Or
it
was like a writing mistake.
Oh yeah.
They're like, I think that's it's probably a B. Your name's Bob.
Somebody thought my name was Stephanie one time, because apparently a B looks like an S.
Jesus.
That's not a name.
So my mom's name is Deborah, and
you call her Beb?
No, people call her Ebla overseas.
What the fuck?
Yeah, she's Miss Ebla.
What? That's not even the same letters.
It's some of the same letters.
Ebla. Interesting.
Yeah.
What? Why are you adding an L?
And the name they have for me is a bit more similar, at least. It's Chakri.
Okay.
So just replacing the Z with a C.
Yeah. Okay. But this, okay.
All right, that makes sense.
I don't know.
That's crazy.
It's weird shit. I don't know.
Anything?
I think somebody just wanted to call their friend Dick.
Yeah, I think that's
honestly
accurate.
I'm gonna call you Dick, you great guy. We're gonna be real
Dick.
pals.
You're just a dick.
Yeah.
That guy, he's a real dick.
Your name's
Come over here, Richard.
I feel like Dick is fitting. We'll say Dick.
And he's like, what? Like,
why? Why are you doing this?
My name's Quentin. You can call me Balls.
What?
Anything, I think, like, going back to, like, what people think are swear words.
Exactly.
I think anything to do with, like, genitals is suddenly, like, a swear word.
Sure.
Like, holy fucking balls, like, is, like, suddenly, like, whoa, what are you saying?
Exactly.
Like, but also nobody ever says, like, you're a fucking vagina. Like, nobody ever says that.
I think I've heard that once.
That's because it's not easy to... But, like, there are other words that replace vagina that are used.
That's true.
Yeah. Nobody says you're a penis. Unless you're, like, a clever TV writer for, like, Veep or something.
You're a penis.
Or if you're, like, a 12-year-old and then you think penis is a really funny
Yeah, but you still wouldn't call a friend penis. You're being a real penis. You know that? Why, I say you're a bit of a penis.
You have the moral backbone of an eclair, you penis.
Oh, man, that's great.
My name's Richard. I don't know how many times I can tell you. I don't know where you're getting this from.
Hi, my name is Peter, but my friends call me Vagina.
I like like that. That's a fun twist.
Oh, that's funny.
We are 12.
Right? Or like boobs, like that's not offensive. Like you can say like breasts or boobs. And people are probably still uncomfortable about it. But like tits, then people are like, whoa, don't say that.
But boob used to be an offensive term.
You're such a boob.
It used to be a much more. It used to be an insult.
I still use it occasionally. Like you're such a boob.
Boob. It used to be an insult for like a real dummy.
It's like funny. I think it's funny.
Well, now exactly.
Yeah, but I don't think it's offensive.
But that's
kind of like, oh, you're kind of a bozo. Like
exactly. Bozo is a term that people do not use in any serious context now. Bozo used to have a genuine like punch to it.
Oh man.
I mean that's fucking absolutely.
I call my dogs bozos. Like, you're such a bozo. But like it's like lighthearted. It's not like offensive.
Where did idiot come from?
A what?
Idiot?
What the fuck does that mean?
Like idiot?
Yeah.
I've never heard this.
Really?
Idiot?
Yeah, idiot.
Give me some context, please.
Like if you're like you have a Cockney accent.
Like
when have you been called an idiot?
No. Like say you stubbed your toe and then while bending down to check it out, you hit your head on a doorpost. You idiot.
Huh. It does sound Cockney.
It's totally like a weird accented version of idiot.
I've never heard of this in my life, idiot.
And Zach's apparently not from here, so he has no idea how to say words.
You're from Minnesota. Where are you from again?
I think it's pronounced Minnesota. Minnesota.
Are you actually from Minnesota?
No.
Why did you pick Minnesota?
Well, he said Minnesota.
Oh. Right.
No, that was good.
Yeah.
That was real good.
That's what I thought you said.
Yeah.
Ministerial,
yeah.
And I was like, that's a fictional
idiot.
place in Lord of the Rings. But what? Yeah, I think that's just idiot. But I don't know where that came from.
I mean, because like, and I'm sorry to go here, but like, Indian became like Indian.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Indian, like that's a similar type of thing.
Could be.
It's just like a lazy slurring, you know?
Yeah.
Are you positive of that, or is that a guess?
Of what aspect?
Of what you just said about it being a slur of that.
Idiot?
Yeah. No, of Indian or something.
Indian, it became Indian.
Yeah.
It was just a slurred, like.
But how
just
positive are you that equals idiot?
I'm saying that that's probably the exact same type of thing. Idiot. It's in there. Like, just like when you said, like, people call you, what do they call you overseas?
Oh, checkmate.
That you can hear Zachary in there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's
totally the same thing. I thought you meant like Indian went to Injun, went to idiot.
No.
What?
Idiot became idiot via the same sort of method that Indian became Indian.
I would say it would be idiot and then the other.
What?
Idiot and two, whatever you said. I can't say.
Idiot? That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's fair.
Well, an idiot used to be an offensive term. Like, idiot used to be a term that was like, if you were very serious, people would have been like, whoa, shit.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
Throwing some shade,
exactly.
son.
If you had called someone an idiot, they would have been, whoa.
Why are you all Canadian right now?
Canadian?
Yeah. Those were some great Canadian accents.
Really?
There, right?
I was going for
that was pretty good.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, you don't hear it?
No, I know. It's my bro accent. All Canadians are bros. In case you didn't know.
A Canadian bro, that's fun.
That's fucking hilarious. What a conundrum that would be. He's just like an asshole, but then he's constantly apologizing for the things he says.
I'm about to I can't even do it. I'm about to get my fuck on. I can't do it. I can't do accents.
What would Canadian catcalling be?
Oh my god, it's the most hilarious thing.
I literally can't do accents.
Hey, your hair is looking real nice today, eh?
And he'd be like,
oh, sorry, too forward.
Sorry, it's too far. And he'd be like, excuse me? And then they would just apologize profusely, and you'd be like,
I bet you use conditioner, eh?
Just really passive, like, yelling, and you're like, I'm not even.
I mean,
are you talking to me? Like,
they literally can't help but just be like abundantly like generous and kind. It's just that they're catcalling.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
All right, I gotta take off.
Zach has to leave because he's lame.
So I gotta get up early tomorrow.
He's got to get up early to record another podcast.
No,
he's podcast cheating on us.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna call it here then.
All right.
And
at that, this has been Town Square After Hours. Yeah, I got last time.
We're back.
I forgot
an abrupt ending to Canadian catcalling. Next
okay.
time
will be continued.
On Canadian catcalling.
Nice.
Good for the mic.
Your pants look really